Hey everybody, welcome back here. Just switched out from my AKG mic over to my Shure mic. I think the volume's a little bit lower, so I might need to tweak some stuff, but just testing some things out. I'm gonna drop the volume real quick and just switch over to a different signal path, and then I'll bring it back up, and then we'll maybe get into it. Just a minute. Hello, hello. I don't know if that looks like a little bit louder. I'll probably need to play around with what I have for my settings. This is what I usually have set for, I don't know, the left side of my compressor and tube amplifier and stuff is what I usually use for recording videos. Still looks a little bit quieter, but I can adjust that, I think, on the mixer. Let's see if that's better. I think so. I just want to make sure I'm not clipping, and I'm looking on the OBS meter here. It looks like I'm not hitting more than mostly around 10 dB. So I don't know. I've tried using the webcam microphone in the past. That's caused problems and all that. Anyway, I got the dogs out, was able to get them taken care of, and took a little bit more time to play around. I do own a Moog Voyager, and I haven't used it really that much in a while, and I completely forgot. I was thinking that this was a pitch bend, not the mod wheel, and it clearly is labeled MW trim for mod wheel trim. So, for example, on this instrument that I was just kind of playing around with, it is just the electric guitar bass treble patch that we have over here on the right. It sounds like this. Well, the bass sounds like this. This is what we were working on earlier. And then it suggests if you want to do a more high end to go from 32 feet to 8 feet, you get this sound. And if you were here earlier watching me, the thing I was struggling with was messing around with the mod wheel and the mod wheel trim here. And I forgot that you just have to sometimes turn this up. And now you can hear the mod wheel's kind of tweaking the pitch a little bit. And the instructions basically suggest that from looking at this, that you take the mod wheel from the top and drop it down. So you'd probably be like, if you were playing it, you'd try to do like this pluck string kind of sound. You'd probably have your hand on a mod wheel and be dropping it pretty quick, because you don't want like that warbling kind of pitch changing sound over time. So it took me a little bit of time to figure this out, and I don't know, I get my brain back into some of these things. A couple things just for anybody that happens to be messing around with or trying to learn Mini D from Air in music. The mod here is where the signal is coming from. So LFO, when you switch, you can put this oscillator 3 into LFO mode. We can actually go all the way. We can modify it, and it's still using oscillator 3, but you'll listen. Wait. Maybe it's not the same LFO. Normally you'd be actually using oscillator 3, so you can hear it sounds different. And if you put it at like this level at like audio rate, it's hard to hear. If you got headphones, you might be able to hear it better. Anyway, I will just put this back to LFO. So a couple of things is it appears that Mini D's kind of deviated or added some extra features. So it has its own separate LFO and separate from oscillator 3. So if we go over to the Model D, this is the Moog synth, you can see it's really, there's the oscillator or LFO really is over here, it is your oscillator 3. So you have to choose, do you want it to be an oscillator or do you want it to be functioning as an LFO? Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of off saving some of these things. I'll figure out what to do with them when I'm done, but that's supposed to say inst, not int. Well, I'll fix it later. Let's go back to the init preset. And we'll try to do this shamisen, and I'll pay more attention to what some of these things are supposed to be. So we have oscillator modulation on. Oscillator 3 is off, set to low. It is +4 semitones. We got close. Oscillator 1 is 0, so it's in unison. We've got the shape is correct. Shape is correct. Shape needs to be adjusted. That got on and on. These are off. Looks like we're at about 50% volume. 50% volume. And I believe the gain, I mean, these are just, some of these are just new features or functions of mini D. The cutoff does not map to the Model D. So we're going to have to just kind of guess at these and just tweak it to taste effectively. But we'll just get these plugged in. All these are off from here. So we can see that they're off. We've got 0, 400 milliseconds. Say sustain. We'll just try 40. I actually have been finding from when I was disconnected, but it seems like you don't want the release at 0 because you're getting pops. I'm getting pops and clicks. It seems like having it even at like 100th of a second or around that level is good to help with the audio and the sound there. So let's just dial the decay down, turn sustain off. And again, let's just have this at like a 50th of a second or something. All right. Interesting. We've got that at 0. Now, I think we want this coming from oscillator 3. Because now we should be able to hear the difference. Yeah, so depending on what rate you have set here, we can hear the difference of how it's impacting the sound. So as I had said earlier, I was missing something, which was just my mind. But we're getting our bearings straight here, so we're starting to understand what's going on here. All right, so this does have decay on. I'll have to go look up on what that means. It might have something to do with setting the decay or being able to patch it in from like a foot pedal or something. I mean, you can see the foot pedal jack for decay. Glide is off. Glide off. So I think this is trying to get like that, I guess, vibrato kind of sound with the mod wheel. That's probably how you'd play that. Cool. Let's just do one more once over tuning. Let's get the volume down. Seems fine. I don't know, I'm just going to stick with the naming convention I've been using right now as we're kind of plugging along. NT inst shamisen. I was going to say V1. I figured because I'll probably come back and tweak some of these things over time. So probably worth putting a V1, V2, whatever on the name. And you know what? Let's just do the Model D while we're here, doesn't take that much more time. And maybe I could post some of these up as well. Here, new preset. We'll just start from scratch. And then we can just test a few other things to see how close we can get to the sound. 4. Correct. This one needs to be triangle. This was set to 4 as well. Low. No control. We do have oscillator modulation on here. 0. And 4 is about there. 5 and 5. That's on. Those are off. Noise doesn't matter. Off. -2. 4. 6. 5 there. 0. 400. 4. 0. 600. We'll see how close because I do believe that the Model D is going to sound closer to the intended sound. So let's move that out of the way. Go here. It's definitely playing longer. Release is not helping. Whoops. Ah, that was supposed to be there. Okay. Yeah, to me, this just now sounds different, but not, the Model D tends to sound like it's got a lot of a fuller bass. These just, I don't know if this doesn't sound like it's got that much bass going on. I'm just messing with the octaves here to see if there was anything obvious, like it was just. Yeah. This is where I'm thinking what I was doing earlier, trying to get the pitch down. Now I would say sounds fuller. Analog's not going to help it. All right. Well, we'll leave it. Go back over here. Save this. Spell it correctly. Shamisen V1. All right. See what we can do with the harpsichord. Oop. Switch back here. Go to init. Okay. Eight. Unison does not matter. These are not impacted by the mod, so turn those off. Sound is 350. Doesn't matter. On. Off. I don't know. I'm just going to guess that it's pretty well open. Pretty good amount of resonance. We'll just start with 70%. Contours off. Does not matter what these are set to. Oops, we're on the wrong one. All right, let's go do the same thing here on the Model D and see what we get. New preset. Tune 0. We go 8, 8. Triangle 75%. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is off. 3, 5 on. Oops, off, on. Doesn't matter. Off, off, off. 5 is all the way wide open. 7, 0, 5. Those don't matter. Go to 300's probably halfway in between. I'm going to guess, and 0. So let's just see how these sound. Well, that sounds much tinnier. I don't know. There might be some magic that somebody knows how to do to get these to sound better. We could certainly increase the gain, but that's just making it louder. And it sounds like we actually are getting some. I mean, it's like such a tiny bit of sustain. I think 0 is probably closer to, let's like try 3. Maybe 1. I don't feel like analog's adding much to a lot of these patches. We could try modern. No. Even just looking, like this is getting up here. And this is technically louder. Just doesn't have as much character. I don't know, but we can save it. Just keep on moving. Save. All right. Let's see, electric piano. Maybe we'll have better luck here. No, we want in it. All right. 0, blah, blah, blah. Off, 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 range, 8, triangle, low, 3.5, somewhere close to there, triangle, 6, on, everything else is off, on, on, mod wheels set to 50%, don't forget that. 3.5 is like super low. I mean, that sounds kind of cool right there. Let's keep going though. 440. 0, 600. 0. I'm going to keep trying to put this up like even just to 0.05. 0. We blew way past 600. There we go. 0. As I said, well, I don't want it to... I dig it. That sounds pretty nice. We don't want to init, we want to save. And as we've been doing, we'll plug in same thing over here on the Model D. New preset. 0, off, off, control off, low, 8, triangle, triangle, volume at 6, on, off, 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 on, on. Negative 3.5 is probably about there. This might help us get a little bit more tuned in. 5, 4, 5, 0, 600, 0, 0, 600, 0. Oh, right. We got to turn the mod wheel up to about 50. Not hearing the... Not hearing that mod effect. Let's see. Off. What's the major difference we got here? Key control seems to be doing something. And we go to here. These are all... We're not playing the same one. I mean, it's all the way maxed out. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll save this. It's okay that they don't sound the same. Just doing this for fun. Piano, electric, V1. All right. Violin. Well, in this case, we got a glide of 4. Maybe that's 40%. Yeah. I'm not going to bother going to init. We're already starting to program here. These are both on. This is off. Low, 4. You're in unison. We've got pulse. Low, 3 semitones. 3.01's fine. 60% on. 20% on. Everything else is off. On, off, on. 0. We'll try 30. And 30. 400 milliseconds. Sure. 1 second. Pretty close. 60%. And we'll leave that. Half a second. One second. 60%. Come on. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Whoa. Okay. Let's turn the mod wheel down. Let's save it. Boy, we had a live chat yesterday. I guess either nobody's out there or I'm boring everybody. Anyway, let's see. We'll do the same program here. Go glide 4. On, off, 4. Whoops, that's 2. 4, 4, low. 3, 0. Doink, doink. That's good. 6, 2, on, off, on, off, off, on, off, on. 0. I'll have to say this is still easier to do than what I was doing on the MPC and on the iPad trying to do the comparison earlier this morning. That was getting pretty tough to do. 1, 6, 500 is probably about halfway. 1 and 6. What do we got? This actually sounds... Oh. Those actually sound quite similar. I'm curious why we're getting. Is it because I have it's the decay. Decay is supposed to be off for this. I like both of these. All right, we saved this one. I'm going to leave it and save. We'll get there. Viola. I wonder how similar that is programmed to the violin. We go down one. This is all the same. 6. This is off. On, off. 0, 3, 3. 600, so a little bit longer time. 1, 6. 600, so just a little bit longer. 800. Decay time's a little shorter, and besides that, it looks like it's the same. Definitely similar. Let's move here. All right. Save. Viola. Oh. So this one shouldn't be too hard to switch over either. We're at 8. Mod. LFO. 3. Triangle. 6 on, off. 0. 3. 3. Now we go up to 600. Come on. There we go. 1, that's close enough. 60 is close enough. Just a smidgen up to 6. Down to 800. There we go. And we'll leave it at 6. Oh, that's another one that sounds pretty close. Very similar. Save. Viola. All right. Cello. Apply modulation gradually on sustained tones. Could be fun. Glide now is 5. On. 16 LFO. 0. Triangle. Ramp. Triangle. 3 semitones. Those are both on. Okay. 30. 60. On, off, on. Off. On, off. 0. I don't know. I'm going to assume that that's close enough. 0.2. 800. Oh, we skipped way past it. That's good enough. 7, we'll try for 70. 600 is perfect. You're going to sneak into 1. Get 70. And let's hear. Not bad. Save preset. Cello. And as we do, see what we get over here. 16, 16, low, off, on, triangle, ramp, triangle, 3. If I took the time, I could probably, I might do this, maybe once I get enough of these done, try and write some code to see if I can, if it's easy enough to parse through the settings and variables here. See what we can get to kind of just do one and then transport it to the other. Can't be that hard to map all this stuff. If you start having sounds that sound much closer, you could probably use that to adjust and weight different values. All right. Well, either we're getting lucky that these things are sounding very similar, or the types of things that I'm not tweaking at this point happen to be what's causing them to sound closer to each other. I don't think I'm getting that much better at programming these, personally. Cello. Well, I think I'm probably going to be done doing the programming here for today. I got some other stuff I want to kind of look at and do besides just doing programming all the time, but I might look at what it's going to take to export these out, maybe put up on my Patreon or something for anybody who happens to care or be interested in patches for either of these. And I'll probably start looking at what it would take to get like some samples or something to take these, sample them into the SP404 Mark II, just to make some sample banks or whatever. If there's anything you're looking for, let me know. Otherwise, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.